자, 월요일날 저녁 곧 6시가 됩니다. 전에 1시간 동안은 오늘 뉴욕타임즈 스크랩을 끝냈고, 오늘은 밥 먹기 전까지 일반 책, 그 다음에 따로 분류해서 성경, 그 다음에 뉴욕타임즈 스크랩, 이 세 개를 좀 나누어서 좀 읽겠습니다. 우선 일반 책을 먼저 읽겠습니다. We should do that not only in relation to our mental formation, but also in relation to our physical body. The dollarization discipline, how smart companies create customer value and profit from it. Chapter 17, Dollarization and the Commodity Myth. When helping companies dollarize the value of their products, we often hear the laments. Our customers care only about price. Our product is a commodity to them. Our standard response is to paraphrase Harvard Business School professor T. There is no such thing as a commodity. Only lack of marketing imagination. My stroke of insight, a brain scientist's personal journey. This list is located in Appendixes A and B and is available for your personal use. The mind-body prescription. Though this patient came to see me for his back, I informed him of the true nature of his knee pain, and he was able to solve both problems simultaneously. I want to send in to some paper or other to see if they will take one of my stories under a pseudonym, of course. Till next time, darling. Decisive, how to make better choices in life and work. Though written for married couples, the book's principles can also be applied to other relationships, such as those with co-workers or kids. Maybe you should talk to someone. It went on to say that in 2005 alone, pharmaceutical companies spent $4.2 billion on direct-to-consumer advertising and $7.2 billion on promotion to physicians, nearly twice what they spent on research and development. Your successful career as a mortgage broker. You will usually only get one extension. wisdom of the heart, inspiration for the life of the worth of the living. Some teachers tell you that you are not smart enough to know what's true, so you must rely on the guidance of those wiser than you. Setting your heart on fire. 7 invitations to liberate your life. Feeling, first and foremost. First and foremost. First and foremost is what's required. What's required? Children's Human Body Encyclopedia. Discover how our amazing bodies work. Can you remember an exciting event such as an amusement park ride, circus, or music show? 10 days to a sharper memory, just in case you couldn't translate some of the numbers. Here are some suggestions. 3 41 10 becomes m's, which can be translated into more right turns. Emotional intelligence. A 10-second chunk of silence feels like an eternity. You cringe because it is so awkward. Die broke. A radical 4-part financial plan to restore your competence, increase your net worth, and afford you the lifestyle of your dreams. The advantage of that consolidation loans is that the 1 month's payment is lower than the total of all your individual credit card payments. The Small Business Bible. Everything you need to know to succeed in your small business. Choosing the right medium. Different media outlets have different strengths and the weaknesses. Aging well. Asked what she saw as the attributes of successful aging. Martha replied, I don't think there is anything good. Let's face it, you are on the downhill. Ethics at 101. What every leader needed to know. One such company is Home Bank, a mortgage company based in Atlanta that employs more than 1,000 people. Better small talk. Talk to anyone. Avoid awkwardness. Generate a deep conversation and make real friends. A stranger comes to town or mysterious clue shows up. No filter. How Instagram transformed the business, celebrity, and culture, but she didn't want to live for a competitor. Management tips. Kill more good ideas. For your truly good ideas to make it to market, they need a concentrated focus and the resources to develop them fully. Money. Now you have it, now you don't. Beware of the person who has nothing to lose. How to avoid a climate disaster. To understand how we got to this point, look at Denmark. Look at Denmark. Don't swallow your gum. Moreover, a 7-year study in human children from birth to age 6 found no effects from the fluoridated water on the children's health or behavior. Using both mothers and the teachers' ratings of the children's behavior. The magic of believing. Through the suggestion first planted in the mind of the patient or victim, as the case may be, has for its purpose either good or evil, but that doesn't account for the results, especially in the absent treatment method, where the patient may have knowledge that the healer is working on him. Small talk. Recognize small talk opportunities at work, my goals, using everyday moments. Ultra learning. Master hard skills. Outsmart the competition and accelerate your career. Van Gogh tried out many different styles for producing art, varying from those of traditional painters such as Millet to Japanese woodblock prints, and studied the techniques used by his artist friends such as Gauguin and Rappard. Leadership secret. As the saying goes, they can't see the wood for the trees. Where our food comes from. By the time V's capacity for field work was legendary among the agricultural students. 100 ways to improve your writing. Use orthodox punctuation. 6 ways to avoid punctuation errors. Children's Animal Encyclopedia. Mussels. Mussels live in large groups on the beach. The Everyday Hero Manifesto. Maximize your productivity. Trauma is not a dirty word, best to be avoided at stylish cocktail parties and amid polite conversation. The master plan of New York City with kids. Take your kids to watch your Tai Chi class or get your culture on in an art workshop at Wave Hill. Success is your choice. 10 steps to overachieving in business and life. Stress is the enemy. It robs you. Stress is the enemy. It robs you of your focus and inhibits your performance. Damn good advice for people with talent. How to unleash your creative potential by America's master communicator. Once again, and for almost no money, creativity can solve any problem. Living successfully with screwed up people that leaves us ill-prepared. Ill-prepared to fight with screwed up people. Why people fail. The 16 obstacles to success and how you can overcome them. But if you are always looking for ways to add to the account by doing things for someone, giving them your time, and making them feel good, the emotional bank account will be healthy. Don't sweat the small stuff for teens. Usually mind the cars. This is a strategy I've used for many years. The tiny book, Tiny Stories. After you died, I realized that I never really liked hunting. Stillness speaks. Watch an animal, a flower, a tree, and see how it rests in being. Doing business with the Japanese. When questions about the disappearance of American cigarette in vending machine, the JTS complained that they just didn't have enough American brands in stock. Learn like a pro, science-based tools to become better at anything. Practice active recall. As you read periodically, look away and see if you can recall the key point of a page. The power of nice. How to conquer the business world with kindness. That's not really winning. You become what you think about, how your mind creates the world you live in. Let's say you want to stick to a diet, but when you go to the office, you never bring a bagged lunch. Smarter the grows. It occurred to Nelson that artists within his face tradition needed such a place to gather expression to gather expression. Preserve them and celebrate both the artwork and the broader culture. It reflects to anchor the culture's identity. Rewire your anxious brain. Establish a consistent bedtime and waking time. What everybody is saying. As the woman told the story, I observed her from a monitoring room. Courage, the joy of living dangerously. I said, because in my house there is no window like this, which open up to the whole sky. Boundaries before the marriage. But love dominated over hate and is the glue that helps us tolerate the bad things that we should not ignore. No rules are the rules. Netflix and the culture of reinvention. Freedom is not the opportunity of accountability, as I had previously considered. Instead, it is a past awarded. Interview for success. You have very dark brown or black hair and light to medium ivory or olive-toned skin. Influence. The stakes of this power shift in the family are incredibly high. Noise, a flaw in human judgment. Studies often find that true variance, that is, variance attributable to the person's performance, accounts for no more than 20 to 30% of the total variance. Super cooperatives, altruism, evolution, and why we need each other to succeed. The praise has become the best-loved metaphor. Best-loved metaphor among experts to illustrate our chronic inability to sustain a resource that everybody is free to use and alas is just as free to abuse. Be happy. Release the power of happiness in you. Your family story and also your interpretation of the story can be found in the library of your subconscious mind. Smarter, faster, cheaper. The ones where they feel comfortable, and more importantly, the ones where people they want to connect with in their niche area. Your next are the 5 moves. Master the art of bidding strategy. Master power of place. Make momentum your friend and be prepared for chaos. Create the strategies to increase the speed of growth without cashing your business. The Fourth Industrial Revolution, founder and executive chairman, World Economic Forum. The tipping point, the tipping point. The first robotic pharmacist in the U.S. good product, bad product, essential elements to achieving superior quality. I did not love the pickup as much as I had my Toyota, as it was not as much fun to drive, not as reliable. Power question, build relationship, win new business, and influence others. The awe and wonder of the power question. Come with me. We are going to Bossier, Louisiana, sometime in the 1950s. The good life. The personal beside you, the person beside you. How intimate relationships shake our lives. When we were children, we used to think that when we were grown up, we would no longer be vulnerable. Beyond the obvious killer question that sparks game-changing innovation, it's important to constantly ask why you develop your product elements in a particular order. Coactive coaching, absolutely a dead end. Now nothing, 6 weeks shot to hell. The intuitive mind, sitting alongside this in the Smile catalog is the genuine enjoyment of the smile. Mindset, the new psychology of success. Growth-minded teacher. Who are these people? How can growth-minded teachers be so selfless, devoting untold hours to the worst students? Untold. Act like a lady, think like the man. Oh, she sought the proposal, the ring, and the wedding would follow shortly after the baby was born. The fall. This was something Xerox was never going to do, was never capable, institutionally, strategically, philosophically, of doing. The storytelling. Each steps to presenting an unforgettable story. You will eventually get more than enough information. Change we can believe in. The election of Barack Obama as the President of the United States is a defining moment in American history. A defining moment. Kill the company and the status quo, start an innovation revolution. How to use this tool. To use this tool properly and improve the quality of your team's discussion, it had to do a little prep work in advance and plan ahead. The 45-second presentation that will change your life. Here is up motivation. Who's got your back? The secret to finding the 3 people who will change your life. The same principle can be applied at home. a dream manager, the dream manager. At that moment, Greg walked in, but as he opened it, he started speaking. People he had entered the room. Power talking. 50 ways to say what you mean and get what you want. 1% had died. 1% had died. The secret life of the grown-up brain. The surprising talents of the middle-aged mind. The brain is not uniquely sensitive, but it is sensitive to what we eat, says the bee. And now we are realizing more and more that what you eat can affect the cognition. Dynamic emotion unlocks the innate language learning ability you acquired before birth and mastered as a child. Sports psychology for dummies bounce back from adversity. Whether you are a player or a coach, here are some things you can do to help other players and coaches accept and commit to the team mission. Talk the talk and work the work. Marry him. The case for setting for Mr. Good to enough. I reread the single dad's profile. The power of body language, how to succeed in every business and social encounter. If it is, someone's either headed toward having an affair or having a meeting with HR. Principles. Those meetings were painful for everyone. He's not all that bright overall, but he's sheer smart, and he's so mean that he bullies people into doing what he wants. Leadership gold. Lessons I've learned from a lifetime of leading. Are there people who need you to stand up and speak for them, speak for them? Grooming the next generation for success. They love to help, they love recognition, and they love reward. Sales growth. Lessons from the best sales books of all time. How leading companies win by hiring, coaching, and keeping the best people is one such innovator who sees the value in the sales benchmarking method. Survival kit for overseas living. Frustration may result if basic transportation services are inadequate. The riches within. Your family treasure number 2 presence. During a seminar I was conducting, a woman told me that she couldn't possibly see how her mother was an equilibrating force in her life. How to solve it? Or should we introduce one in order to profit from those familiar results? The naked woman, a study of the female body. Outside the sexual spree, the navel has caused something of a problem in religious circles. Wise as fuck, the wisdom of fear. Rich habit. Summary: successful people do not procrastinate and have a doing now mindset. God wants you happy. God wants you happy. Future the trend, scientific trends, still the same kind of entrepreneurial spirit pervade scientific pursuit, with those in the field fully aware that they are on the frontiers of much of our future. Masters of scale. When you've created something you just love and instinctively want to share. The Great Warming. By the 3rd century BC, thousands of people lived in scattered communities across the lowlands. Leadership in turbulent times. The pivotal summer, the pivotal summer, he found a refuge. He founded a refuge at the Soldiers' Home, a 300-acre complex in the hills 3 miles north of the city. Your true home. Do you have to make an effort to enjoy the beautiful sunset? The college essay that made a difference. Few of my Maui friends would have elected to spend the months of their summer in Minnesota doing more schoolwork. 1 month to live, 30 days to a no-regret life. Seed planting for the future. The creation of 1,000 forests is one. The creation of 1,000 forests is in 1 acorn. Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of this faith is to see what you believe. Your $1 million dream. Turn your passion into the profit. I find Twitter to be an incredible tool that I use more than any other social media. Think your way to wealth. That is one of the major reasons why I have emphasized the importance of harmony. How to click with the people. More open than not. More open. More open than not. It is about the other person stressing out and lacking the resources to deal effectively with some circumstances in his own life. Building a magnetic culture, how to attract and retain top talent to create an engaged, productive workforce. Dressing casually has become the trend in modern culture. Many organizations are following suit. Multipliers, how the best leaders make everyone smarter. What do you suppose happened to the undervalued but overly dominating team member? Search inside yourself, making profit, rowing across ocean, and changing the world. The art of self-motivation. Our very nature requires it of us. The silo effect, the peril of expertise, and the promise of breaking down barriers. Then, as went further. $1 billion consulting proposal. How to write a proposal that's accepted every time, but don't agree to the following. Additional work beyond the proposal scope of the creep. 212 the extra degree. Extraordinary results begin with one small change. He understood the power of 212 degrees commitment. Memory power up. 101 ways to instant recall. Exercise 1. Spend a few minutes creating a story to link and remember the following list of random items. Bottle of mineral water. Your one word, the powerful secret to creating obedience and life that matter. Either way, you need to manage the relationship so they get the result they want and they can't wait to tell their friends about you. Rise of the robot, technology, and the threat of a jobless future. A study involving 189 patients found that the system was accurate more than 99% the time and successfully saved over half of the patients from having to needlessly undergo the invasive diagnostic procedure. Digital marketing. Determine the best market and fit for your brand. Writing and designing marketing email. The Way of the World, a story of truth and hope in an age of extremism. Carries sides of course. He, a senator, can't conduct unilateral foreign policy. Let my people go shopping. The education of a reluctant businessman. In 1988, we restored an old building in Boston and opened the Patagonia store. Fresh foresight. 7 radical principles that will transform your business. In the past, said A, they've always jumped out their sales, but now they've decided to build an internal sales force. That's where we come in, jumped out. 7 habits. The 7 habits of highly effective families. As you go through this process, you'll be amazed at the new options that open up and the shared excitement that develop when people focus on the problem and the desired results instead of personalities and the position. Happiness is an inside job, practicing for joyful life. She said she'd also thought a lot with a mind that is in between bouts of crying about how a mother's opinions, secretly hidden in a memory, had never allowed her mirrors, compliments, and conventional standards notwithstanding, to recognize herself as being attractive. A proven system to simplify your life, double your productivity, and achieve all your goals. How many days do you take off with your family or friends each other week? Making sense. During our conversation, we explore a wide range of topics, including his work with the baboons, the opposition between reason and emotion, the evolution of the brain, justice and vengeance, a brain-machine interface, and the religious belief. 100 ways to create the wealth. M said, I talked with Frank for 50 minutes about the value mistakes have in life, and I'll be reinforcing this talk over and over again. Group coaching, a comprehensive blueprint. In fact, Judy sometimes helped me to find the words I most wanted to use, and they were more effective than my habitual patterns. Illuminate, harnessing the positive power of negative thinking. Frankly, they are all exhausted. Perfect digestion, the key to balanced living. Dairy, all dairy product, pacify vata. Some specific recommendation. The subtle art of not giving a fuck, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. We are always in the process of approaching truth and perfection without actually ever reaching truth or perfection. The learning disability myth, they seem to enjoy it, and this gives me an opportunity to rule out this not unusual problem. Why we make the mistakes? Women were willing to sell their lottery tickets for much less than men were. Real moms, exploding the myths of motherhood. Dictionary of International Economics, joint supply, a situation in which two or more goods are produced together using the same supply. The education of millionaires. Everything you want learn in college about how to be successful. My point is the information and the training to learn this stuff is available to you at a price within reach for most people reading this book. Presentation secret. If you want to give the audience a quick hint about the slide, don't use powders or clip pot. Who said the elephant can't dance? Leading a great enterprise through dramatic change. What did we learn? Thinking in best, making smart decisions when you don't have all the facts. When we think about the past and the future, we engage the deliberative mind, improving our ability to make a more rational decision. 2002 ways to cheer yourself up. Make a detailed description of how you'd love your life to be. Now start to work on building that life. Leaders of the Americas. Short biographies and dialogue. Harriet Tubman. 4 steps to building your future. After submission, your content can be read on the Kindle or seen on a phone. Why men don't listen and women can read maps. Newspaper addiction serves the same purpose for men. Newspaper addiction. The complete microbiotic diet. 7 steps to feel fabulous, look vibrant, and think clearly. They might involve attending classes, reading books, and so on. In other words, taking the time to find out whatever it is you really need to do to develop that quality of mind, body, and spirit we call accuracy. McKenzie Mind, implementing guidance. At the beginning of this section, we stated that once you have all the facts, the results of all your analysis, your job is to piece together a story from some, but not all, of those facts. Picks and values, making good and better times work for you at work and in life. The young man said, the picks and values approach seemed to be working for me. The demographic clip, how to survive and prosper during the Great Depression of 2014 to 2019. But how can you grow intimacy with your customers if they don't trust love? Quantum healing, exploring the frontiers of mind-body medicine. A typical procedure would consist of taking one of those saints, as holy men are commonly called in India, and burying him in a box 6 feet underground. Make luck happen. Create an effective, consistently lucky person. who practice leadership through structured problem solving. The development of substantive leadership requires the following definition. A leader is a person who takes the initiative in solving problems faced by persons having a community of interest. The element. How finding your passion and changes everything. If I were to lose the use of my hands, he said to me, my life would be over. The motivation myth. How high achievers really set themselves up to win. Maybe I could train for and ride a mass participation event, or possibly complete in a certain time a route he devised for me, or what else. Range. Why generalists triumph in a specialized world. One of Hindu's class tutors had seen him as a 12-year-old portraying Lady M in a school play and suggested he back legal studies and apply to drama school. Different, escaping the competitive herd, succeeding in a world where conformity reigns but exceptional rule. Much better than we approach our craft in the same way that a baseball purist approaches the game. Emotional design. Why we love or hate the everyday things. Up to a few years ago, the increasing ease and lowered cost of travel had the unfortunate side effects of weakening the bonds that hold people together. Presentation in everyday life. Today I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories. Just 3 stories.